From the governor's office down to the legislator, lawmakers are shocked while others want to change how state and federal money is monitored. Massive fire right now that Jackson fire crews are working in. I'm actually here right now with Alex Thornton, who is inside of the hotel during this time. So can you just tell me what happened this morning? I want to give you all a different perspective of just how bad this water is as I'm taking steps in this grass. Exclusive story you'll only see here on 12 News. A JPS mother is looking for answers after she says her 5-year-old daughter was left outside unsupervised for an extended period of time on August 21st. Andrew, I'm here right now on Highway 16 in Canton, where 2 deputies were shot this morning, and there's still a very active law enforcement presence on this highway. Governor Reeves listed 7 ways to restore order at Parchman and other prisons across the state. He's confident with these steps, conditions and security within prison walls will get better. Well, a lot of people are still shocked that this is happening. A lot of people say, they see this happening in other states, but they never thought that this would happen right here in Mississippi. We followed the Canton Fire Department all morning long as they rescue people stranded in their homes. But before we take a look at that video, just go ahead and take a look behind me. All of this water is from the past 24 hours. Guess what? It's time to shake what your mama gave you, because today is National Dance Day, the annual day to get jiggy with it, as Will Smith says. Tonight at 10, how the Salvation Army's 23rd annual Super Bowl helped benefit their soup kitchen in the Center of Hope. Plus, just how concerned are you? We talked to locals about the coronavirus outbreak and how it may affect their travels. And undecided Iowans are hitting multiple campaign rallies on the eve of Monday's caucuses. A look at how the candidates are sprinting to the finish line. Good evening and thanks for joining 12 News at 10. I'm Lanaya Lewis. A death investigation is underway after a Wilkinson County inmate died. 39-year-old Jesus Garcia was found unresponsive in his cell Saturday afternoon. Medical staff attempted to revive Garcia, but attempts were unsuccessful. Officials say there were no obvious signs of assault and the cause of death is still under investigation. Garcia is the 15th inmate to die in a Mississippi prison since December 29th. Today, the Super Bowl took place, and I'm not talking about the 49ers versus the Chiefs. I mean the 23rd annual Super Bowl to benefit the Salvation Army Soup Kitchen and the Center of Hope. Feeding more than 1,000 people a year, events like this allow them to have the resources necessary to provide for those in need. Soups and desserts were donated by local restaurants and served by volunteers like 12 News anchors Byron Brown, Walt Grayson, Jay Biloxa, and myself. Major Robert Lyle says that he is grateful for all of the helping hands.
It's a good day.
It was definitely a good day. Every adult ticket purchase received a handmade collectible bowl from the mustard seed. New this evening, the coronavirus death toll has risen to nearly 300 in China, while confirmed cases are still popping up right here in the U.S. New travel restrictions are now in effect. 12 News Anna Farish went to the Jackson Medgar Evers Airport today to talk to passengers. Mark Esper has approved a Health and Human Services request to provide military housing for up to 1,000 people who may need to be quarantined on arrival from overseas travel. Installations include locations at Travis Air Force Base in California and Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. The Pentagon says while the Department of Defense will provide the facilities, the Department of Health and Human Services will be responsible for all care and security of evacuees. And the U.S. now has a 9th confirmed case of the coronavirus. The Santa Clara County Public Health Department in California says a second patient there is infected. She recently visited Wuhan, China, and that brings California's number of cases to 4. The other states with confirmed cases include Arizona, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Washington. And here's a traffic alert for commuters in between Post Oak Road and Mansdale Park Drive in Madison County. There will be traffic delays in both directions overnight. This will happen from 6 this evening to 6 Monday morning, so be sure to watch out for workers out there in the field. For the latest on these stories, plus the latest in local and national news, sports, weather, and traffic, make sure to engage with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and of course on our free news and weather apps. All right, let's turn things over to John Conway.
JSU.
Lamonte Pierce and his classmates from different majors were asked to find a solution to a problem in Mississippi. They chose the constant boil water notices issued by the city of Jackson. The solution? A filtered straw.
The guy who I was partnering with, Andrew Willis, he's in business marketing, finance, and all of that. Basically, he kept contacting me over the summer, and he was like, you know, we need to continue to do this. We need to keep doing this. I think you hit on something big, and I think it'll do something. So I was like, yeah, we can try that out.
For the past couple of years, Pierce says he's been researching different types of filters and materials that would be safe to use, eventually creating a prototype straw called Clean Straw.
A lot of them do not filter out lead. I've seen some where they were drinking out of toilets, they were drinking from the river, different things like that, and they use simple filters that you can find in everyday filters. But the thing was, they did not filter out lead, so my main target was lead. If we can filter out lead, we can pretty much filter out anything.
Pierce has received impressive offers from big retailers like Walmart that would generate over $200,000 in sales, but he says he's still looking for the right investor. He's confident when one comes along, Clean Straw will benefit the economy and consumers.
Take the responsibility of clean water directly out of the government and state and city officials' hands and just put it in the hands of the consumers. If you want clean water, here you go. You don't have to wait on the money to be right for the government to fix this, or fix that. You know, here you are right here.
It's the magical words everyone's been waiting to hear, that Brad's coming home.
On September the 5th, it shocked us. It shocked the county and the state that something like this would happen to such a good man that put his life on the line.
After suffering a critical injury of 2 gunshot wounds to the head, the country used their power of words for prayer, which worked because Sullivan was making progress right before everyone's eyes.
Kids here have been sending a lot of greetings.
Brad's a strong guy, and he's shown that with all of his rehab that he's gone through, and he told everybody, he said, I'm going to make it through this.
But behind every challenge, there's a strong support system to help uplift. For Brad, that's his community, fellow law enforcement brothers and sisters, and countless other people around the U.S.
We've always backed our law enforcement, but I've never seen them just pour out the love and the prayers they have for any one individual like they have for Brad.
It's very emotional for me because what our men do for us.
Not a lot of people appreciate our law enforcement, and we're so grateful he's home.
And right in time for the holidays.
I'm glad that you do good for our service. I'm glad that you're coming home.
Merry Christmas, and we love him.
I love him, and he's my buddy. I'm glad to see him home.
Brad, we're glad you're home. Merry Christmas, and we love you.
In Flora, Lanaya Lewis, 12 News.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so excited right now. I can't think.
Overcome with emotion, Curtis Flowers is now outside the jail walls he's seen for 23 years. He said his mother, who is now deceased, knew the day would come.
She would probably be doing flips right now. Yes. She looked forward to this. Yeah, and she always knew it would come. She said she didn't know if she'd be here or not. But yeah.
Flowers' lawyer and his team were able to cite 2 Mississippi laws that show Flowers was to be granted bond after 2 capital murder mistrials.
We will be moving forward on our motion to dismiss the charges, and we will continue to press this case forward. If they are not dismissed, we will be ready for a 7th trial, at which we fully believe Curtis Flowers will be found not guilty.
Judge Loper not only agreed to the evidence presented, but he called out District Attorney Doug Evans for not showing up to the hearing.
So I expect you to convey the message to him that this court expects prompt action from that office.
Flowers' support team and family say there's more than enough evidence to prove Curtis was not the killer. They're hoping for a happy ending.
Thank you everybody for your support. He's home. Welcome home, Curtis. Welcome home, Dad.
Welcome home, Curtis.
This is just a tribute to his mother because she's not here to see it, but she always had the faith to know he was coming home.
Flowers' attorney says they were able to put up a $250,000 bond with the help of an anonymous donor. While Flowers waits for his next court appearance, he must wear an ankle monitor 24/7. In Winston County, Lanaya Lewis, 12 News.